There you go. Nicknames are great.
Yeah.
Gotta love nicknames at gyms.
And because he had all the talents, you know, the older brother, and he was quick, he was fast, he ran like a 440 in high school football. Just no discipline.
Quite the athlete.
Yeah, quite the athlete, no discipline. And me, I was the shy, took my time and got her done, you know, my own pace type of guy.
That works good for being technical though, because you gotta slow things down. Even George St. Pierre or the guys that are the greatest will slow down techniques to, like, you know, literally slow motion to perfect them before they speed them up.
So during this time in my life, go back when I was 6. When was your first street fight?
Street fight. I mean, dude, does it count when, like, you were in school, or just like barroom brawling?
On the street.
I mean, any of those fights were more of like crazy shit happens at a party. They push you, you swing, some other people bump into you. It wasn't like at the fighters pit, because there was an actual fighters pit at the middle school that I went to, Broadway Middle School in Seaside, Oregon. There was a fighters pit, and that's where all the bad motherfuckers went and fought. And I never went and fought at that or anything. No. I got in some straps, you know, but nothing really until I was a little bit older and in the bars. That's where I was around my shit.
The bars where they were doing in the 1900s, there where weightlifting began. 1800s,
Oh
1900s.
yeah.
Powerlifting, weightlifting. They all heavy strongmen would go to the bars. Jack Dempsey would even got hired as a bouncer that way.
Oh yeah.
Go fight.
That's what fighters said.
I'll protect the bar, you know, just, you know, I'll show you what I can do. Real quiet guy, someone starts to fight, end it real quick. You know how to fight.
Oh yeah, when I was in Seattle, all the guys that I trained with, not all of them, but a lot of the guys I trained with were working at nightclubs and stuff, being bouncers and doormen. It just fit hand in hand. You know, and a lot of them were single and picking up chicks on the side and, you know, doing whatever, you know, provocative, awesome stuff that came along as perks for the job, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so after I was doing that as just a little shit, I moved to Seattle, got away from surfing. I couldn't surf anymore, I was away from the ocean. So I found this Taekwondo gym, and I started doing Taekwondo when I was 19. Got out of there quick, then started training in Kirkland, AMC Kickboxing Pancration with Matt Hume.
Really?
That's where Mighty Mouse came out of.
Yes.
Josh Barnett.
Pancration though, with the like the palm strikes?
Well, that's just the name of the gym.
Okay.
But they came from, you know, fighting in Japan and K1 and UFC and all that stuff. So they were a big name, big gym. But I was only there for a couple months, and then I ended up at Ring Sports United under Mark and Kim Messer. And so that's where I trained for, I guess, probably the next 6 years or something like that.
Mark Messer, the Mark Messer?
No, Mark Messer and Kim Messer. She was more of the one in the stage light. He coached her. He saw more, you know, more in her. So he coached her on her way to 3 world titles in boxing and 1 world title in kickboxing. So she was pretty badass little thing. Kim Fireball Messer, like 110 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. And then after that, I think I was on to, you know, a few gyms in Vegas or California and drifting around, and
so
then
you did have
ended
to
up
go
here
out
in Texas.
There. You did have to go out there and just like test your mettle, so to speak.
Oh yeah, I mean, you don't have to. It's something like, what do you mean by that sense?
So there was a guy in my first fight I wanted to take. His name is McIntosh, Domenico McIntosh. Real talented fighter outside of Las Vegas. And he gets to coach spar, coach striking, do all that sort of stuff. He's got a lot of time on his hands. Someone like me, full-time father, full-time provider, I don't get to do those things. But I've got that dog in me. I want to go fight him one day, just because, you know, that was something that I wanted to do. To sidetrack from this is like, so my first street fight, I like the story more than the fight. We're sitting there at the bus stop, me and my older brother. I'm like 6 at the time, and
what good memory! I can't even remember all those little scraps in the bus era.
Yeah, they just formed me as a child. So we're standing there at the bus stop, and it's cold. It's like, you know, winter time, and there's another brother and his young brother there, and we're all about the same size. And the brother brothers egg us on to fight. I'm just standing there, and the little brother goes for a kick. All I did was stick my foot out and it goes just like that in the fight.
Throwing kicks already.
He didn't throw anything else, so we didn't continue fighting.
MMA is so streamlined now.
Mm-hmm. And I was reading that book about Ray Mancini and how his father was kind of the same way. He had an uncle who would slap him across the face. See, this kid doesn't even cry.
Oh fuck!
I know.
I'm so glad that I had a good childhood.
Yeah.
I was on a dead end street in the woods, dude. I had fake armor I'd put on, running out there with my sword. There was a leather shop down the street, Sandy Love. My mom was a good friend. We went down there and watched all these cowboy and Indians movies, during that time period. And I'm like, I want a fucking loincloth, I forget how old I was. It's probably like 10 or something, maybe even 8. I don't know, but sure as shit, Sandy Love made me a loincloth.
Made you a loincloth?
Yeah, you know what those are, right?
Loin.
The Indians ran around with just a little flap right here,
yeah.
A little string.
Okay.
So I'm running around that shit in the woods on the dead end street at my mom's house. It was great.
Yeah, I had a similar experience whenever Halloween. I got a ninja costume from what is that? Mortal Kombat. And me and my brother we like the come here.
Oh yeah, Scorpion.
Yeah. And the ice one.
Ooh, oh yeah.
And I had that.
Sub-Zero.
I was running all around the neighborhood during Halloween. I didn't get no candy.
Just running amok.
Running amok.
Yep. That's what it's about. That's what Halloween's for,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, good times.
That's what you gotta do. Especially when you're young. If you're not out running amok when you're a little shit and it's Halloween, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just out there with the little ones.
Yeah.
Getting that candy. So, I guess during my life, the moment I turned kind of like 13, 14, I started watching the Rocky movies, and I was like, yeah, I really, and of course I'd seen them, but I didn't see the details that you do once you get older.
Yeah, for sure.
So, started watching those.
But they get us going in another sense, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, that's what started us.
Thinking about my brother being an amateur, where he's at in life right now, and I want to do it. I want to get back into it. So I started going to the gym and everything, and the same coach, the Boys and Girl Club, he was still there. We started hitting the pads, started doing that. I started seeing a lot of the same old guys. I'm like, hey, these guys I've grown up with now. And time passes, a few of them die, a few of them get into
Yep, this is life. We must adjust.
Get into
rules constantly.
Drug deals and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I get to seeing Shogun and Yoda.
Shogun Arua.
Shogun and Yoda fight on TV.
Shogun Arua? Yeah.
And Leo and Machida.
Yep.
And they're doing that thing where they're tapping, right? Like they're showing each other respect. And Joe Rogan was talking about it, and he was just, he's really showing them a lot of respect. And I'm like, okay, so maybe fighting is something I want to do, because since I've been around it, it never excited me. I was like, okay, just two guys fighting. And then they started tapping, and I was like, okay, they actually look like they know what they're doing. There's a purpose to it.
Yeah, when you go into the morals of it and the samurai code and all that, and the Zen martial artists.
And I was like, okay, I want to do that. And then grow up a little bit, never stick with it. Can't ever stick with anything.
Right, it's hard to.
Boxing, here and there.
Stick with multiple things, don't be a one-trick pony. Right.
So I started doing MMA, 19 years old. Getting submitted by all the girls, getting beat up by the girls. But
you got beat up by the girls, man. See, you're in a different era. When I was coming up, there was only like one girl in the gym.
Right.
Now there's like 10 girls in the gym, and they're all come to every fucking class they can.
Yeah.
They come to the noon class.
Pro.
They come to the women's class only, and there's not even a guys class only, but there's like all these women's class only all over the schedule. You're like, holy shit, bro.
They come to train. That's
the thing.
They come to train. So, like, of course, the rolling days are good, except when you get drowned out by perfume.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's all different kinds of smells when you start talking that way. I mean, Jesus.
And so we're kickboxing and stuff like that. I get hit with a good right cross by the girl. She's the showgirl at the shows, you know.
Yeah.
I just got smacked by her, leaned right into it, and I was like, dang, that was a good stun right there. And of course she's like, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, yeah, my pride's just fucking killed though. So
yeah, it would for sure.
So kind of like,
yeah, I have a hard time hitting the chicks, you know. Even when I was coming up at Mark and Kim's gym, Kim would try and spar a little bit. And
you
like,
know,
what do I do? Do you guys touch you a little bit? I don't want to hurt you.
Yeah, you know you're strong. Like you know you got testosterone and you're full of energy.
I guess there's some huge bitch, or for some gnarly chick like Cyborg or something. You know, maybe, but I don't know, man. I feel like they're just so much weaker.
Mm-hmm. I think they're there. They're around. Maybe we don't let our tensions, our emotions get too high.
Yeah, I mean, if your skill level's like down here, and you're a 120-pound dude that like doesn't lift weights or work out or anything, and that's a skilled athlete, then I'm sure she could probably win. But yeah, that's by a pretty far margin.
Yes, sir.
It's all opinion based. But then again, it's being proven in the Olympics now. Yes, men are very much stronger.
Finally.
But we're all better things. Like men are proven to see large moving things from far distances because we're meant programmed to hunt, right? Protect. And that could be danger stalking us. Whereas women are meant to see like small colors.
Details. And
they have, you know, finer touch so they can pick berries and things like that easier.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
well, you know what they call the bad hunter? Vegetarian.
Oh. I mean, I'm kind of I gotta be a meat guy, but I eat everything because I feel like vegetarians are like, and then I just take vitamins for the stuff I don't get because I don't eat meat. And I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds stupid though, because now that's not organic. Why wouldn't you just eat a little bit of meat? And then you got the guys that eat all meat diet, but then they have to eat liver and stuff that has all the minerals and vitamins that vegetable does. It's like, just eat some vegetables. So at the end of the day, I mean, it's just like life in general is balance.
Yes.
You know?
In the Bible, it says, eat of the fruits and berries and seeds.
Yeah.
People forget those seeds. In the army, we had peaches one time, and I was like, man, I've never been inside of it. It's got a little, you know, it gives you a kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you a kick, those peach seeds. And I was like, it makes you kind of like, stuns you a little bit.
Gives you a little trip.
And
a little kombucha type trip. Yeah.
And it's all chemicals that are going on in the brain you don't really know about.
Beautiful. So,
military opened up my life, opened up the world, got to meet new people, loved it. Got out, neutral discharge, failure to adapt to military lifestyle. Always told myself I'm gonna go back, and then I had a kid, so, you know, maybe it wasn't the right time.
Yeah, having a kid changes everything.
20 years old.
I mean, I don't know from personal experience, but
20 years old, and you know, it's in the past.
Yep.
So that's why I'm big on, you know, moving forward, looking ahead.
Yeah, everything that happened to you in the past is a positive. Yeah. Rejoices in the heartache. We don't live in the past. We're not victims. You know what I mean? That was all things that built us up to who we are now. We'll still fuck up too, but then, hopefully.
Have fun with it.
Yeah.
So, going on to, where was I? Oh, Mauricio, yeah. And then had the military experience, and then that was I want to do that moment, right? And then out of the military, I started trying to hit back the gym. Started trying to get it back into that gym lifestyle, that discipline, finding it anywhere. And then there comes a time whenever you're like, now I just got to do something. And for that moment, it was I was donating plasma at the local area, and I came like at 6:30 or 7 in the morning, right before they opened. And there was a guy already there, and in my hometown, I found out he was the manager at Kroger's. So I'm thinking in my head, man, if I can't even beat this guy who's out there trying to make a buck, maybe to get his daughter some new shoes or something, where am I gonna go in life?
Yeah, putting things in perspective.
Right.
It's interesting to put things in perspective, because you could be driving in your, car that works and runs, and going from your house that's nice and warm, and going to do your duties, go to the store, and you got money to go there, and on the way there you see a guy on the side of the street living out of a shopping cart, just all fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
So those types of things really do put it in perspective for us.
Mm-hmm.
Could always be worse.
Yes.
And there is no awesome or greatness or perfect without shitty or bad or negative. The positive, right?
You gotta have.
It's life. It is
You
life.
You can't experience cold if you never had warmth.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I've experienced lots of warmth being here in Corpus Christi, Texas.
So
Too much.
too much.
It's too fucking hot here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. What do you think of the people?
People are cool, yeah.
People are cool.
Yeah. People have been nice. It seems like it's such a rat race here.
It is.
That people have to work so hard just to work hard to maybe have one little hobby, and they can't even make it that much, and they don't really have a life outside of church, football, and fishing or something.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But hey, every place is different, and when you say those three things, those aren't really a negative by any sense. But for someone like me that likes to be outside in nature and likes to be surfing and doing other types of things, then it's kind of like,
I like to feel.
I don't know anything about football.
I like to feel the wet sand when I grab it, pick up a shell.
Oh yeah, anything in nature feels so good.
I used to get all those girlfriends, get a jar, and just go to the beach and pick them up and give that to them as a birthday present.
Yep, there you go.
For some people it's about like prices and expensive stuff or stuff that they want. But when you give somebody a gift, it's what you wanted to give them.
Oh yeah, especially if it's something you made out of whatever.
And my dad, I didn't understand that until my dad told me the story of his mom. Whenever she would say, she would ask him, "What do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas?" or something like that. And him already left the house, he would say, "I need tires, Mom. I need tires for my vehicle, tires for my truck," or something like that. And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Well, I took that joy of getting of what she wanted to give me away from her. I asked for something." So, gifts, Christmas, holidays. How did yours go?
Shit, I mean, if it's not about martial arts or fucking fitness or nature or something, I just, my mom sent me a few $100. That was pretty rad.
Yeah.
And it was nice that there wasn't any traffic around. That was cool, because there's way too much traffic here too.
Absolutely.
It was nice that, well, it really fucking sucks that everything's got to close down all the time, because you get hit with Thanksgiving and then Christmas, and then it seems like even more things. Oh yeah, New Year's, and then the gym closes down. And it makes it harder just to go do your little daily things. But if I had a kid and everything, that'd be different, right? Because now you're setting up things around that, and you have things to consume your time, and you don't want to dream of getting anything done then. You just want to chill out with your family and relax, right? And you get a time off from work. Me, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm working at home, so I'm like, hey, where the fuck's everybody at?
Yeah.
I want to train. You guys are staying home for Christmas? But it's not Christmas. It's just the week of Christmas.
I hear you.
So the holidays are good, man. I've always been, I run my own business, so they just kind of get in the way, but I don't hate any of them, Halloween would probably be the most fun to me, but I never seem to make it out and dress up and make the most out of it anymore. I'm always caught up in some stupid adult shit,
Yeah, we got frozen for Halloween. So we just did like a little, watch the movie and stuff like that. My daughter, she's 3.5 now, so she's gonna be 4. And trying to think, like, how do you want to raise a child? How would you want to be raised? It's wild when you're living that time, like you've got all this control now, but you're like, you don't really, like, they're gonna grow up and be how they want to be.
Yeah, you have a lot of say in that though. You have a lot of guidance factors along the way.
Guidance.
It's about what you're doing around them.
Mm-hmm.
If you're singing and humming and being jolly and doing yoga stretches and doing your martial arts and going to work and eating healthy, like it's going to be a good vibration and they're just going to vibrate up beautifully, right?
Right.
But if you're playing fucking nasty fucking gangster music around them 24/7 and drinking old English and fucking eating McDonald's and, you know, just polluting them with watching TV and not taking them outside, they'll grow up to be fucking horrible, right?
Of course.
So it's about what we do with anybody, with ourselves, with our dog, our cat. I can't believe those people that have cats that keep them inside all day. That's fucking crazy. You got a cat that wants to be out there killing things and hunting, and now you're gonna like declaw it and keep it in the house for the rest of its life. You probably just shorten that cat's life by like 10 years.
And I want to say like a house cat is like nocturnal. Like that's why you always hear them like in the middle of the night, like trying to like fuck up shit. They're like sleeping during the day.
I don't know for sure. I mean, it's Google.
They're like sleeping during the day.
Oh.
We had a lot of cats growing up.
Love cats.
Mm-hmm.
They automatically just lower your blood pressure and they're so chillax.
So how did your mom, what was her occupation?
An artist her whole life.
Really? Yeah. So she could make money off her own art?
Yeah, she grew up, she grew up in Illinois, but she was in this town right when I was born, I guess, essentially. So she's been there for, 42 years now. And it's a small town, and it's a town full of artists. So she's been doing it their whole life, so she has her little niche. And she has her work in 5 different galleries there. But, on the way up, she cleaned some hotel rooms and had a few other jobs along the way too, but pretty much just the art.
That's great.
Those paintings out there, one she did, she does all kinds of, women's jewelry, all hand cut out of metal and beading and stuff, so.
So she likes to actually physically create art and sculptures.
She has a whole fucking studio with saws and drills to make out of metal.
We just watched that one movie, Rambo 3, and they've got that little story in there. I love it. I made my kid watch it the other day, Elijah, and he's talking about how Rambo ran away to Thailand, living with the monks.
Is that where he was at in that movie?
Yeah. And stick fighting. They found him stick fighting.
Filipino stick fighting. Armies, that's my shit.
And he goes, when are you gonna come full circle?
Oh yeah.
What are you talking about?
They've been saying that since the first one, haven't they?
I don't know.
I think so. I don't know.
When are you gonna come to terms with what you are? It's like you're a full-blooded combat soldier. And he's like, I don't want it. He's like, that's too bad. You're stuck with it.
Yeah, you are what you are.
He says that line in there. He says that line in there, and he goes,
I am what I am. Sorry.
There's a sculptor who finds a stone, a special stone, and
stones are so powerful.
He creates this statue, and when the people come and look at it, they're like, "Oh wow, man, you created such a great statue." He's like, "No, I didn't create anything. The statue was always there. I just chipped away the rough edges."
Ah, yes. See.
Yeah. And then I've watched movies my whole life. It was like always.
When you go back to the movies, it makes me think about Predator. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Predator.
Oh yeah, you know that
motherfucking
5 governors in that movie, 5 former
I know. The cast was just fucking amazing, and every young man should have to watch that movie growing up. Right? Yeah. There's so many movies like that.
The way he jumps in the mud to cool his blood temperature.
We grew up on the badass shit with Van Damme, Steven Seagal.
Van Damme was one of my favorites.
Just all bad motherfuckers.
But Van Damme, that was. I just hated the movies that came later. I like those early movies.
Me too.
Yeah.
They're always better.
Yeah.
They said more real stuff. It's more real. It's cheesier, but it wasn't. It's weird.
Right.
Yeah.
It's cheesier for today.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Princess Bride. That's a movie that every little kid should have to watch, whether you be a boy or a girl. Because it shows you how to be just like a super awesome guy and like follow your passion, your dreams to the death.
Princess Bride.
Yep.
That's with the wrestler.
Andre the Giant, yeah. And it shows like Princess Buttercup She's awesome. She's faithful, won't give it up to anybody else except for Wesley, and is like true to her love, and is a noble, awesome chick instead of a disgusting whore. Like that's what women are a lot in this day and age, because you know the demographic or the media and stuff is trying to paint it that way. But anyways, Princess Bride, great thing to show to little kids to have them grow up to be awesome men or women.
I think we try to find any reason to do something. You know, if you're in a relationship and you're going through somebody's phone, you're looking for something.
Oh yeah.
If you're in a committed relationship, you trust your partner. Okay, it's there. But if someone, that's why I don't understand that whole concept of like if somebody's cheating and you shouldn't tell their spouse, or you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't do that. It's like, well, if I was in a relationship, I would want somebody to come to me with hardcore proof and facts.
Tell you they're cheating. The significant other or that person.
If they've got
video messages,
you know. Of course, I wanna be presented with the evidence.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if the significant other just tells me they are, I mean, that's enough for me.
Well, that's enough for you, yeah. But if they're trying to keep it under wraps, if your significant other is keeping it under wraps.
Yeah, it's a good way for me. Yeah, it should have been cool in my 20s because I'll do it to you too. Fuck it.
Exactly.
But now, no.
So we find any reason to get back and hurt somebody, you know. So it just is.
Eye for an
eye. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Yep.
And that all started with Mosaic Law. Did you know that?
Didn't know that.
In Mosaic Law, he when they got out of Egypt, he kind of like, you know, did his own. They had their own thing going on, and you weren't even allowed to get divorced at that time. And then it changed.
Why not just make it so you're not allowed to get married, so that no one can have any problems?
Well, that's the thing. Is that they started coming to him and were like, hey, my wife's cheating on me. What the hell am I? What do I do? And it's like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all get divorced, and then you know whatever problems y'all have. It ends up still happening with the next one. So it's stuff that y'all need to work out between yourselves. It's stuff that y'all need to figure out.
Fuck that. If she's cheating on me, I'm out.
Exactly. Go find the next one. Go find the next one. You know, can you find somebody to mesh with your lifestyle? Can you find that person who appreciates, and I think I did. I found somebody who appreciates what I like to do, and I respect her to do her thing.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Like
we need some similar stuff that we can come together and do together, but we also need to have our own things we can bounce off and do alone.
Absolutely. Because
again, it circles back to balance. We need perfect balance.
Yeah.
Something I don't have.
Healthy mind,
but
strong
at least
heart.
I'm aware that's what we're supposed to be trying to see.
It's all in a higher power.
Which higher power?
That's the question.
Yeah.
What came first, the good or the evil?
I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of questions. I mean, I know what evil is and I know what good is. That's simple for me. You know, it's like, is the planet flat? Is it round? I have no fucking idea. That's not simple to me.
I've never been.
If someone throws a straight right, I know that's a straight right. If someone drops into a barrel and double overhead surfing and their fucking left foot is in front, then I know that that's orthodox. If their right foot's in front, it's goofy. There's things I know because I've lived in them and I've been there and I've dug in those trenches, right? But shit outside of my realm, I don't try and put a whole lot of opinions on, you know?
I never got into watching professional surfing.
Yeah, well, you went around it. It wasn't something that was going on. Like, I grew up on the beach.
But I always like when you catch a slick video of a guy in a barrel and you're like, can they do that? Can they get in the barrel goofy and southpaw?
Right. That's the next level. That's the next step.
Can they do it? And pros can.
I'm sure there's a few. I can't remember for sure, but I think that I remember hearing there was like one.
One guy.
And it's something I've never had the balls to do.
Yeah.
What I will do is I'll do like yoga stretches and like I'll do stances in the opposite position before I go out and surf and stand up and go the orthodox way.
So do you know about that guy from Hawaii who
it's like
Eddie would go?
Balance.
Eddie would go. The Hawaiian dude. There was that Hawaiian guy I watched.
So many Hawaiian motherfuckers in the surf game.
Well, this was in the 70s and 80s His brother actually won a competition in Hawaii, but late long ago, and they were doing some kind of you'd have to watch the documentary, but because I can't even remember Eddie Aikau.
Oh yeah.
You know?
No, I don't know.
But he was they were doing that Hawaiian traditional boat thing to prove that they were navigating by the stars, and a bad storm came, and he would always surf out and everything. He's like a real strong surfer, but he left the pack, he left the bunch to go try and find help, but like when they came and got him, nobody knows what happened to him.
He's dead. Oh wow, because he's disappeared, vanished. Oh, mysterious.
So, but that's that kind of like cowabunga. You know, Eddie would go out. Oh yeah, we'd go out to the beach. Eddie would go.
Like motherfucking Patrick Swayze in fucking Point Break at the end. Where I was out there in that epic fucking storm.
That story is kind of a similar story with the Fast and the Furious.
What?
It's kind of a similar story.
Really?
Well, you got Keanu Reeves is an undercover cop.
Okay, yeah.
Infiltrating the surfers.
Okay.
You got Paul Walker infiltrating the street racers. Similar story.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
I always like that. Like those are two badass movies. Pretty cool. And
yeah, they are though.
Fast and Furious was just cool. Got into cars, Supras, Integras, everything like that. And I saw you had like a Mustang.
Yep, got a Mustang right now. I had a Challenger Scat Pack before.
Yeah.
350 Z Nismo and a few other fucking fast cars, but this one's probably the fastest. Just
you do have a Nismo.
I had it before.
You had it?
A long time ago. I had a 300ZX too. Had a few cars. I think my favorite car I've had was the Scat Pack.
The ZX was a second model, right?
I had two different ones. I had the one that was the 300ZX twin turbo.
So you did have the what do you call it? A Z30.
I don't know which one it was called.
The Lambo headlights.
Yeah, it looked like that. Yeah. But they didn't pop up though.
Those are the Diablo headlights.
Oh, you talking about the one that pops up or just
stays down?
Yep, that was mine.
So those headlights are actually the same headlights that came on the Lamborghini Diablos.
That's fucking wild. I had no idea that was a real thing.
Exact same.
Crazy.
Same.
That's hot.
So car manufacturers will use certain parts to just fulfill a quota, or they're lacking on material or something like that. Of course, and you do whatever's mathematically available. You know, we're low on funds. We got to get this car out. Production.
I just don't get it. Like these Teslas literally make your dog sick. Your dog gets in there and it gets out and it's puking and it's wobbling. And it can't stand upright. And you got these fucking batteries and all this shit literally right underneath your nutsack. And then, you know what I mean? So it's like you're just getting cancered up the whole time. And the way that the thing moves, your organs and everything just can't even adjust to it right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's got these screens in there that are fucking with your eyes at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's like these cars are just the biggest pieces of shit ever. And
it's programming you.
Yeah, exactly. Those cars are programming people to be pussies. Exactly. Get away from them.
It's programming you to turn into a make money machine.
I want manual transmission with way too much horsepower, with no backup camera, so I still gotta turn my head. And I want that shit fucking as close to as old school as I can get.
Yeah. The 69 Maverick, that's always been my favorite.
There you go.
I want that thing. So we're at the lake house in Clinton, and I saw one, and that's all like, damn, Dad, what is that? Like, 69. I don't even know if he was telling the truth. But when I looked up that car, like everybody wants a 69 Chevelle, right?
Oh yeah.
But the 69 Maverick is kind of like low down, on the low down. And
it's hard to know which one to get. You see so many of them that are cool, but just a little different than those or something. Just like, which is the favorite year? You know, like what would be the one to get if I even did?
And that's, you got to take your time when you're looking for stuff. It's something that you want, something that you're gonna treasure.
Yeah, I guess it's gotta be what you want. Well, Robin's usually what you want is what everyone else wants.
What does Ira want?
Right now?
Right now, in the future?
Probably some marijuana in the near future. I'll probably smoke a little bit of weed. Maybe go outside a little more. I gotta get a lot of stretching in it Sunday. I'll make my way to the sauna here. Hit the cold dunk in the sauna today. Do that too. And then I'll be selling this house, within the next few weeks or next few years. Whatever happens.
Hopefully years.
Yeah, right. Hopefully weeks. And then moving back to Oregon, land of the trees. Need my trees back. Need my ocean back with real big waves.
Good oxygen out there.
Yeah, real good oxygen, man. It's gonna be so nice.
The orcas.
I'm gonna have to restart my gym again, but I'm good at starting. I realized I can.
Washington or
Oregon. I can start a gym anywhere. Any garage, any commercial location. I can do it on the streets. I could do it out of a box truck. I've done it out of a box truck.
You wear a swimsuit?
In Oregon?
Yeah.
A wetsuit.
Wetsuit, I mean?
Yeah, 543 wetsuit.
Because they get that cold current from Alaska, right?
Oh yeah.
Man, I don't know how y'all surf.
It ain't for the faint at heart.
I get out here and these like sea lice out here, and I'm like, get me out of the water.
Yeah, well, here it's a different thing. Yeah, you get bit by all kinds of shit, and there's no waves here. It's a fucking flat all the time, and the sun is just hitting you here so hard.
You're just getting out there for exercise, pretty much. Trying to catch a wave.
I mean, it's just like
coast it back.
It's a whole fucking crazy mushroom trip, is what it is, surfing. It's a whole organic, crazy, feeling the earth, feeling the environment lifestyle. You know what I mean? You can be living out of your van, but if you're right next to your favorite surf spot, dude, you'll just be happy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. I'm a little different, I'm a little more unique. I need more going on. Maybe it's because I fought in the cage professionally for a little while or something, or I had ADD or
I don't think it's that. I just think we want to express who we are. I like to go. So I want to be like a surfer guy, but I caught my first wave and I was like, dude, I cannot do this again. I'm dead tired. I gotta really exercise and really get my body used to it.
Oh, it's just like anything else. You just gotta get your body used to it, like you said. Yeah.
But and then it's like, all right, I gotta buy a board that's $300. I gotta buy.
Oh yeah, even more. That's 600.
A case, that's.
Yep.
I go to the pawn shops and I'm just like, fuck, man, I give you 180 for that little thing right there and can't even ride it.
Yep.
And then, but yeah, and then you gotta have a.
But
nice
you worked at
truck.
pawn shops, you said. So what I've been doing, we've learned that we don't do pawn shops.
Who doesn't do pawn shops?
You, me.
We don't do pawn shops?
I don't know, not much anymore, do we?
I do pawn shops.
Do you still?
Yeah.
Really?
It's because I have that buddy that.
I just feel like they try to fuck you in the ass. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm a pawn shopper. I'm secondhand.
Every time I gone there or brought a friend in there, I used to have this friend, Chris Chandler, who would pawn off his PlayStation and his computer and all that stuff, so he could pay all his bills, and then he'd go back and buy it back from him, and he'd go through this 2-3 times. I'm like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah, if he would just stay committed, not buy it, not spend his money elsewhere, and all the things you wanted for sure.
I mean, I'm not good at any of that. I'm a fucking retard, but with the pawn thing, no, I'm not that retarded. No.
No.
But I can't say I haven't made that mistake.
Well, I didn't know you meant like going and
That's
stuff
how I know.
like that. I had a ring and everything. I pawned it, but anything I take to the pawn shop, I know it's like I'm probably not going to get it back.
No.
Yeah. So hold on loosely, like White Snake says. Hold on loosely. Hold on light.
Yes. Speaking of holding on, have you ever tried to catch fly with your bare hands?
I could actually catch it like that, right on my lap. Like I just.
Damn.
Yeah, I was in high school and a chick, or this.
Since recently, you can still do that?
No, I haven't.
Dude, I've been snatching them like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Like just like that?
I did the other day. I'm like, I think I've done it before. I need to try that again. And I did it like 2 times in the last few days now.
It's because the flies got
just
like
catching them.
they've got like hundreds of eyes, so they got like what do you call that?
It's hard, but way easier.
What do you call whenever it's like coming peripherals?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got like these peripherals that they can see like
everywhere
almost.
When I got that motherfucker,
if you don't even know where he exactly is at, but you know he's in that vicinity, you just like grab him.
Ooh.
Yeah. So maybe that's how you reach like a ninja.
Yeah, I fucking grabbed him like that, you know, because I throw my punches kind of like I whip them like that. So I thought, oh, I'll just grab like that.
Yeah.
And boom!
Got
and
it.
so when I got his ass, I was like, holy shit, I got him. I went outside, and I fucking threw him as hard as I could at the wall. And he just punk and hit the ground. I think he was dead. So ninja. But I mean, I have this fucking electric sweat fodder that works good too. I mean, I'll get like 4 within like.
So you
5 minutes.
You actually like to turn it into a like an exercise.
Yeah, when I got an extra 20 minutes and I get bored, and that I just saw a fly right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already got me. Ball squirrel. What?
Yes, sir. Yeah. And then, but yeah, so whenever you started watching UFC, MMA and stuff like that, you were seeing it on TV.
Yep.
Your buddy was playing, maybe had it on in his house.
Yeah,
It was
they were
kinda
on
like
VHS. They were on VHS when I was coming up in the
tapes.
game. They weren't even on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And so your friend would be like, dude, these guys are actually fighting. They're doing all the things. You're like, what? Real fights? Like punching, kicking, wrestling? And sure enough, so you rent the VHSs and watch them and get pumped. And when I came up in the game, man, it was fucking Speedos, steroids, and pro wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what all these guys were doing.
I saw the one face off where the dude was in the Speedo and you were there, and like that had to have felt awkward.
Oh yeah,
Some white guy.
Shit, I think I was so crazy about a weigh-in or something in Speedos. You know, and thinking like that, just, I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker, or whatever, you know.
I wouldn't even have fought that guy. Like, no, you gotta bring him in here with something different on.
He's gotta wear something different, you guys. Put something on him different. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
So then, yeah, I just went to my buddy down the street. He was into dirt bikes. His dad had him a dirt bike, a 185 KX, and or 85 KX, sorry. And so we would go riding and stuff like that, and then we'd just jump in the house sometimes, and they'd have the fights on. But they were on before Anderson Silva knockout and everything like that. But when I saw that fight with Lyoto and Mauricio, I was just like, dude, just anything could happen. You're so excited. You're like, shit, when's somebody gonna go for a takedown? You know? They weren't out there brawling. They were out there being majestic.
Yes.
And just waiting for the opportunity, not brawling, but respecting each other as fighters.
Yeah, and you gotta respect the brawling too.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that style. And I used to think it was the best style when I was way younger, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't at all now, but I still respect it and like it.
Dude, you were a monster.
I know I was.
Like, what the hell?
Everyone says now when they know me from them, they're like, yeah, Ira's really tough. I'm like, I mean, I'm a badass, I know a lot of moves, but I'm not like tougher than everybody. I mean, like, I can just handle being hit more than you or something.
Yeah.
I mean, but I was pretty tough then, because I think anyone that's younger that wants to get hit or doesn't have a problem with it,
right,
is pretty fucking tough.
Exactly.
And that's
like
the
those guys I
mindset,
was
yeah.
fighting, the other night. They're tough. They know how to fight.
Oh,
So
the
it's
guys in the gym here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I'm not gonna beat these guys with power. I'm not gonna beat them with headshots, legs, or anything like that. I gotta break them inside. I gotta do something that they've never seen. I gotta give them something that they've never seen. That's to get up every time and just get back in there. I'm sure they're used to like guys breaking mentally easier. And it's like, nope, I'm still gonna be in your face. I'm still gonna give it to you. I don't care if I'm all bloodied up. I'm still gonna come back at you.
Yeah, just like life. You get hit so many times, you just have to get up, because what's the other choice? Just gonna lay there and bleed? Fuck that. We gotta get up and conquer.
Now, you train certain moves, or did you just kind of like, I know obviously everybody's got their training style and stuff like that, but it seemed like you were doing things that in your fight game that were a little nuanced for the time.
I think at that time it was like Vanderlei Silva was my favorite fighter. So I was trying to emulate him in my early career.
Because you threw a jumping knee from...
It wasn't the most intelligent fighting style, but it was definitely entertaining.
You dropped somebody with a jumping knee, right?
Just knees to the head. Clinch and knees to the head, I think. Yeah.
It wasn't jumping. Okay. But man, he went down like a second table.
Yeah.
On top of him.
Yep.
Wow.
Few rear naked chokes, triangle, I think.
Do you know your professional record?
Yeah, 2 and 2.
2 and 2. And your amateur record?
Shit.
Because that's not posted.
I think it's 3 and 1.
3 and 1.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Amateur MMA.
Okay.
And then I got 6 and 1 or 5 and 1, something like that, kickboxing too.
Wow.
Yeah.
So well versed in kickboxing.
And then a handful of grappling matches. But when I was coming up in the game, I only wanted to kickbox. I wanted to fight kickboxing, but I was at an MMA gym, and I didn't want to not grapple at all.
Your sprawling was good.
Yeah, because I didn't, even from the beginning, I started doing jiu-jitsu and stuff. I just didn't do it as religiously as a stand-up. Because I was competing in stand-up, and I was doing groundwork just so that, like, if I got into a fucking fight with somebody on the streets and a high school wrestler picks me up and slams me on my head, and I've been a kickboxer for 20 years, that's horrible, right? So I just felt like I had to do everything.
Absolutely.
And then the money was in MMA, so that's what drove me just to doing that. And then throughout the years, man, it's just like I realized that every technique has its time and its place, and all the systems are faulty by themselves.
Well, you've heard of the Mexican proverb, when the student is ready, the master will appear. And I felt like that, I wasn't really listening. I wasn't really listening to, like that song, The Underdog by Spoon. Picture yourself in the living room, your pipe and slipper set out for you. I know that you think that it isn't too far, and it's like you cut yourself off from the middleman. You got no fear of the underdog. That's why you want to survive. And so I kind of like think like maybe I'm this underdog. Maybe I'm gonna be this great person. Maybe I'm gonna be a fighter. Maybe I completely won't. Maybe my life will take a different path. But I was listening to that life. You hear a call of a lifetime.
I think it is what you make it.
Yeah, you hear a call of your life. You hear a call of a lifetime ring. And for me, John Paul brought you over to the gym, and I just was like, okay, man, I've seen guys at the gym before. I've seen them come in, and but you were different. You were there to coach. You were there to show people what to do. You weren't there to pick fights.
No.
And
I know it's so weird to people. They're like, you want to spar? I'm like, no, I just like martial arts and I teach.
Yeah.
That's what I do now. Because I realize it's not my time or place to fight anymore.
And so maybe
I don't even like hurting people anymore. When you first start, it's like, yeah, you even want to talk about it. A day or two after you kick somebody in the head. You're telling me, oh yeah, I just kicked him in the head. And now it's like,
the day you wake up and your legs and your thighs are all sore, burning.
Well, just hurting people in general. I mean, some people need it. Don't get me wrong.
I needed it.
Yeah, we all need it from a certain period to kind of get through things and learn how to take it and whatnot. But some more than others.
So like maybe that was my moment when I was like, okay, maybe the master appeared. Maybe it's time for me to walk down this path and give it a go. And so like I was done with trying to hold back and coach, it's the right time. Well, I'll let you know when it's the right time. It's like I don't want you to bleed me dry. I want you to go. I want you to throw me in a cage and with the next guy, and then we'll see what happens. And then I felt like okay, I was pulling away from there and then just going this direction. Me and my coaches, we split ways, and that was the way of it. That was the end all be all.
Yeah, well, throughout your lifetime, I mean, it's some people stay with the same coaches they've had forever, but I have to say that at least 50%, if not more, I don't know the percentage, but it seems like it's a pretty high percentage that you leave, you go to different gyms and whatnot.
So that's about the truth.
Yeah, that's what we need to focus on is the truth versus emotionally based feelings or opinions.
Something my dad says: facts aren't feelings.
Feelings aren't facts. Damn straight.
What is you have like a goal that you set for yourself that maybe you accomplished young, or any goals that you want to accomplish in the near future?
I don't know, I'm just kind of on the fence, like as far as, I know that I want to do another gym in Oregon and keep that going and keep doing martial arts. But what else do I want to do? I need to start another little side business probably. Or do I want to just do a commercial location again with my gym, make a little bit more money. I'll have to pay more taxes and have more overhead and more bullshit and more problems. But I mean, it's kind of a, double-edged sword.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'll probably just keep doing something out of the garage again at the house. But
It's working.
you know, I'm just kind of debating these things, and
Well, it seems like a good place to stop. Thank you all for listening. Where can we find you at?
you find me in the gym, in the forest, maybe at the sauna, the athletic club down there.
And Ira Evansen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Matt. Right on, Mr. Bates.
I think
No.
I went pretty well, man. Hopefully we got the good audio and shit.
Yeah, can we watch